Hello again. Back at the Tangled Mess today. So I thought I'd shoot some video here on my progress or lack thereof. All of these here are the gap filling strands, and you can kind of see I have one grouping of two that comes from the trunk up through there and is going to get tied to one of the strands of double twists that are coming out of the center. So those are all up there out of the way so I can work on getting the initial twist set on these guys. You can see that first we'll give you a top-down view. All these here have got their initial twist kind of started. I haven't tightened everything up yet in case I see somewhere I need to add some wire. I haven't been using any tools besides Mr. Tappy Tap Tap. Like this one here, I got to get in there with the hammer and that piece of Bulkalite and tap it down a little bit. But just getting the initial twist established. You can see what that looks like. Here's another one that needs to get tapped down in there. Maybe a little tappy tap tap there. This one's still kind of ugly, but got it started. I'm paying particular attention. You can see I need a little work there. That gap doesn't look so good. I kind of just keep going around and around and getting it a little better each time. And you can see the one here that I'm working on right now. So it looks like I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strands out of the 20 that are going to be on the inner portion of the root. And so that means I got about 15 strands of double twists that are going to encircle the 5. And I imagine that proportion is probably shared on all the other roots. I don't really count them. I mean, some of them might have 4 in the middle, some of them might have 6. You can't really plan things out too well. You gotta kind of let the wire show you how to do it. Whoops. You can see right in here I need to do a little more work on that one because that's not going to look too good when I twist them up. But let's look at this from the bottom up a little bit so you can see that perspective. There's that one I just pointed out that needs a little more work here. That gap is not going to look good if I tighten that up right now. Let's look at the next one. You can see that one's looking real sharp right there. That's how we want them all to look. Well, that one, it's hard to get the light on it. This whole root needs to move over a little bit. And once again, I'm not really using any tools on this yet, just playing with my fingers. Whoops. How's that one looking? Once we get the tappy tap tap and tap these upper ones down a little bit, that should tighten up nice. We got some spectra fiber in the way here. Let's see how that one looks. That one looks pretty good. That one looks pretty good. That one looks pretty good. That one should look pretty good. So it seems like I have 1 or 2. What do I call these? I don't know. I don't have a name for this side. the hard side, whereas this side here is easy most of the time. So I'll just call that the hard side of root twisting. And here's the one I'm still working on. And it's a matter of just finding out, get in there and look at it and kind of move them around and kind of slowly but surely bring them into place. Make sure you don't get one of the inner ones coming over to the outside yet. And then this one next. And that looks like a pretty good order for that. I got this little thing I need to take care of here, and I'll just get my finger in there and kind of wiggle it around a little bit. Close that up. And so you can see what I'm doing here. It's starting to come together. But now the next thing, before I get in there with any tools, is I need to start, now on the next go around, I really need to start trying to figure out where my first splits off the main root are going to come. And I don't want to do the exact thing on all of them. I don't want to just take one out here and then one out there, and you know, I don't want to, I want to start integrating the pattern but not pattern theme here as quick as I can. You know, it's kind of impossible to initiate the not pattern part when you're just getting the main splits there, because you know this tree is more of a symmetrical type of tree, so the roots, you know, to have it look right, I think kind of need to be symmetrical too. But I need to figure out where my first splits are going to come. And where's that one that's really bad? No, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Oh, did I fix it? Oh no, there it is. Okay, now this one right here, I got that big gap right in there, so maybe I could take this guy who's coming from the thing, pull him down, and maybe actually pull my first split somewhere in here, and that will actually help close that little gap up I got there. It's like I just don't have the right piece of wire to pull out of there anywhere to fill that gap. So this right here might actually be the place where I pull that first split off. So yeah, I'm gonna work these a little bit more, get them tighter. I'll make sure there's no strands on the inside that I got big kinks in them, so I can, you know, get these tighter and tighter and tighter, and eventually I'll get my cloth wrench on there and try and tighten them up as good as I can before I twist these guys up and get them in the way, because if I twist these up right now, it'll be really hard to get any cloth around there and get that tightened up real good and get some plastic wrap on it. So I'm basically gonna just do the same thing I just did on the first go around here, except I'm gonna try and figure out where those branch splits, or those first branch splits are gonna start, because I need to start thinking about it now. I don't know if that really explains what I'm trying to do or not. Sorry, I kind of at a loss for words on some of this stuff. It's just basically bend it around until it looks right, I guess might be the easiest way to sum it up. But hopefully that explains a little bit more on how I get these roots started. Hope everybody's having a great. Bye-bye.